The Gemara in Masechet Chagiga on Tanu Rabbanon Daf Tes Yud Daled Omid Beis. So the Gemara. Tanu Rabbanon, about 8 lines in the end of the 9 lines at the end of the Omid. Tanu Rabbanon Arbon Nichnesu Apardes. Yud Daled Omid Beis. Masechet Chagiga. Tanu Rabbanon Arbon Nichnesu Apardes Veiluin. Ben Azai ובין זוימה, אחר ורב עקיבא. So these 4, what means Olu Lapardes? So if you look at Rashi, Rashi says, Olu lo rokia al yedei Shem. Olu lo rokia al yedei Shem. They went up the Shemaim with the Shem. So who are they? Ben Azai, Ben Zoyma, Acher is Elisha ben Avuya, and Rab Akiva. Omar Rab Akiva. Before they go in, Rab Akiva tells them, כשאתם מגיעים, Eitzel Avnei Shai Ishtor. When you come in the Rakia, the place what is shining like clear water, that's Avnei Shai Ishtor. Izaru, that's Rashi says, Mavi Kemayim Tzlulin. Izaru she Atoimu Mayim Mayim. That means be careful and don't say that this is water. So how can we walk? Yeah, there's a way of water. Mayim, I'll tell you mayim, yes, I'm waiting for Rashi. Eich neilech. How can we walk? Mishum shene'emar. State in the pasuk. Let's go back to the Gemara. Mishum shene'emar. Doiver shkorim lo ikoin leneged einai. Doiver, and that's what we see. There's water. It's not. It's marble. It's shaish and not water. That's what the Gemara brings. The beginning of the Maaseh of Nichnesu Lapardes. Now the Gemara explains what happened over there with these 4 Chachamim after they went up to the Rakia. Ben Azai hates it. He peeked to the side of the Shechina, as Rashi says, Letzad Shechina, Umeis, and he died. Ve'olo v'akos v'oimer Yoko be'einei Hashem hamovso lachasidov. That means, what means Yoko be'einei Hashem hamovso lachasidov? Let's look at Rashi. Yoko be'einei Hashem hamovso lachasidov. Hukshom misosoi lefonov lefi shemeis bohu. ואף על פי כן, אי אפשר שלא יומוס משום שנאמר, כי לא ירני או אודום וחוי. Rashi says, what Yoko be'einei Hashem, Yoko means Veloshin, it's heavy, it's difficult. It was difficult for HaKadosh Baruch Hu be'einov. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because he died when he was young, he died when he was still a bocher. Means he was not married. Obel, Emalasot, because ki lo yirani o odom v'choy. That's what Rashi says. Tosfos says over here that, sorry? No, Rashi says, Amov Salah Hasidov goes like this. Yoko Be'einei Hashem Amov Salah Hasidov is like Rashi. Yeah, we read Rashi inside. Huk shel misasoi lefonov, lefi shoy meis bochu. Ve'af al pi ken, yeah, Rashi over here. We read it inside. Now, but Tosfos says that loy olu lemalo mamish. Yeah, if you look at Rashi over here, Tosfos, sorry, this is Bu'avash Nichnesu Lapardes. כגוין על ידי שם, ולא יעולו למעלה ממש, אלא יונירו להם כמו ישאלו וכן פירוש ברוך. So Rashi, Tosfos explains that they didn't really go into the Pardes. It looked for them in the Keilu, they went up to the Pardes, but they didn't really go into the Pardes. The Rabbeinu Hananel explains that they didn't go up to the Shemaim. Just what? They would uvente de libe. That means a person who has the aspaklario. But the aspaklario sheino meira, and that's the pshat of Ben Azai hates it. That means he continued to be marbe and shemois, to wanted to see the aspaklario meira, and that what makes. That's what Azoizok the Rabbeinu Hananel. So again, everything is not mamish what we're saying over here. It's all hasogus. Certain hasogus, what they wanted to be massing higher and higher and higher hasogus. Okay, let's continue. Ben Zoyma hates it. Venivga. What means venivga? As Rashi says, Nitre for daito became a sugar. He couldn't take it. That means if you find dvash, enough with this to eat a bit. Why? Because if you're going to eat too much, then you will sick it up, right? You know, throw up, he's going to sick it because, that's the minimum. The Rambam and Moira Nevuchim explains it as well. The Rambam explains that the posuk, on this posuk, the Rambam says in Moira that it was medame the chokhmah to a ma'achal. What means medame the chokhmah to a ma'achal? It's medame the chokhmah davke to food that's very, very geschmacker food, right? Like that. What is the geschmacker food? He says dvash. Now he says that dvash, the teva of dvash is, the nature of dvash is, when you eat from it a lot, it brings you to me'isa, exactly. It's temucha, he says, and it brings you to sick. And it's Keilu said that the teva of this hasoga, if yes, you're right, of this hasoga, it's great and it's very powerful. Then the hasoga obel, but a person is turning it into Keilu it's dvash, but if you eat from it the right amount, so it's good. But if you're gonna eat everything, you're gonna lose it. If you're gonna eat more, you're gonna lose also what you had. And that's why he said, no pentis boenu vekatsto boy. Pentis boenu vehike. So that means also what you had before and you're gonna lose. That means, right? He says that's the I don't know the Rambam. Okay. Acher kitzetz benetios. That means kitzetz benetios. He was mekalkel when he went into the palace, the kitzetz benetios, and because he thought that at the beginning, as we said, nichnas a pardes is we said kitzetz benetios because we use the word pardes, so we say kitzetz benetios. Says the Gemara, Rabbi Akiva nichnas b'sholom, yotza b'sholom. That he went in sholem and he went out sholem without. He didn't die. He didn't become a sugar. He didn't fuck out. Says the Gemara. Shalu is ben zoyma. Has been zoyma. Maul serus kalbe. Can you be mesaras a kelev to sterilize a dog? Omar loem. So he tells them. Steht in Posuk ube'atzechem lo'isasu. That means I say. Steht in Posuk u'moch ve'kosus ve'nosuk ve'korus lo'isakrivu la'Hashem ube'atzechem lo'isasu. Now this thing to be mesaras, that means to be mesaras any beim or chayil, right? Rashi says in the Posuk. What it teaches us? What it teaches us this Posuk? It says the Gemara, kol shebe'atzechem. It means anything that's in your land, and afilu a kelev, lo yisasu. That means you shouldn't do so and so. What is it? To sterilize him, not to be mesaras him. So you see that what? That you shouldn't do it. Now, what's up, shot? So let's see Rashi. Oil she'alu es ben zoyma ma'u le'sirus kalbe. Oil ve'sirus ksiv eitzel mumei korban ve'kelev afilu chalifa v'osu, right? Because we know is mechir kelev. We know there's a issue that even somebody you swapped for a kelev should not come as a korban. Now you might think that this is no issue because sirus is davke legabe korbanos and no kelev. That's what he's asking him. So you answer them that it's going to be issue. It's going to be awesome. Toisves, not over here. Toisves Masechet Shabbos at Kuf Yud Omed Beis. Toisves brings b'shem sheiltas. Toisves brings b'shem the sheiltas. That because it's a choivas aguf and it's not a choivas karka. So why the Torah said ube'artechem lo yisasu? It's choivas aguf. It's a choiva on a person. It's not like shmite. It's not like trumas or maisres. It's not choivas karka. It's a choivas aguf of the gavre. So why the Torah says ube'artechem? It's not like bechol makoim. Chutz lo'oret. Elamai. The pshat of it kol shebe'artechem lo yisasu. As I explained Tosfos, the topic of the Gemara, what we learned, kol shebe'artechem, because be'emes, why it says be'artechem? It's not be'artechem, it's everywhere. So sirus is everywhere, also in chutz la'oretz. Elamai, kol shebe'artechem. It teaches us that this goes on anything that's in the land, and that is the limud. That's like Tosfos b'shem the sheiltas. Now, as we said, Sai Rashi, Sai Tosfos, right? Being over here, that to explain that what's the suffix of the Gemara, why the Gemara is stopping davke by a kelev. We said because the din siru state legabi mumei akobones. So we say that the Torah didn't ask only when you have these type of animals that troy lekom. But for example, a kelev that afilu the chalipa was also because mechir kelev. So maybe the Torah didn't answer it, and that's why we say that what it is also. That means the feed them kum toisas in the Gemara. The beginning taka the Gemara was mistopic. If the rest of the behemoths that are not kosher lakom, right? Or by what says the Torah Yevon, so we have to understand the Gemara here as a ve'ayim tu tzeloima. If the rest of the behemoths that don't know hoilakom, they also what's going to be the din of a kelev, and on this we answer. I feel a kelev is going to be also as I Dr. Torah Yevon to explain about the Gemara if you the Rosh. I'm afraid the Torah Yevon of them. In fact, I was like, "Oy bazoi, where do we know to be rabbit ube'alzachem even a kelev?" Maybe the pasuk be'alzachem tells us davke the ones that are pasuk the kom. But the chalipin is mutter. But the kele that afilu the chalipin, afilu the mechir is also to maybe the Torah didn't answer to be mesares, and therefore the Torah Yevon explains differently. He says that the rest of the behemoths we had no suffering. Why? Because we learned it out for the Isur Sirus of what the Torah answered. Because that means the first Sirus or the Torah answered, the behemoth becomes possible. So why do we need the Torah to tell us Sirus? Elamai is not the rest of the behemoths. And because it says this, we learn that afilu kelev and afilu a kelev that the chalipi that the mechir is possible kom, afilu ach is going to be possible kom. Okay, Kemar is a bit more of them. But let's continue. Says the Gemara weiter. Another shaila. Shalu is ben zoyma. Besulo sheibro mahu lekoyen gadol. What's the pshat? So there's over here two me'alchim and Rashi how to explain the sugya. So let's first see Rashi. Psula she'imo ba'u lekohen gadol. Ve'yo imeres she'im psula psulim inami kohen gadol noso ve'lo yoda she'imo beres. Umota lo besulim ואחר כך נמצא beres ma'u lekaimo mishum besulo me'amov ikach. So the first pshat is Rashi says very simple. She says that yeah, icho besulim. What's the second pshat? The second pshat Rashi says over here. Let's explain it. A Kohen Gadol is not allowed to marry a Beula. He's not allowed to marry a Beula. He has to marry a Besula. He married a woman, Becheskas Besula, and even though he found Dam Besulim, then he finds out that she's a Besula Sheibra. That means before he married her, she was a Besula Sheibra. What's the din? Can the Kohen Gadol could be Mekayma? Do we say because she gave birth, so even though that the Besulim were not Nifgam, or right, that she had done Besulim, so for sure that she was Nivalo? Or maybe she was, she became pregnant without Nivalo. That's the topic of the Gemara. What's a pshat? So let's see it inside the Gemara. Mi Chayshinen. Do we say, that means, Michai Shinel Shmuel. Mitzad Echom is going to say that what? That he's not allowed to keep her. He's not allowed to keep her. Why? Because we question Shmuel. Why? What Shmuel says? The Omar Shmuel. That is what Medale. The Omar Shmuel says, Gemara in Nide. Shmuel Zok Tazoy. Yochoil ani live oil. Kamo be'ilois beloi dam. Do we Yochoil Shmuel? That what Shmuel says, I could be mate the BM and to be boil a few be'ilois without taking out dam besulim. And because so, there's a chashash, maybe Takashi was nival al yedei this atiyah, yeah, by this way, and she becomes also a Kohen Gadol because she's a beula. Okay, but said I can tell you why, because this person was like Shmuel that he knew how to be boil without to be poigem the besulim. Oidilme, maybe there's a different. The Shmuel is shchicha. That means because we see that she didn't have a Begam of the Besulim, we assume that she became a Meuberes without the Beila. Why? Because Shmuel is impossible to do what Shmuel says. What's a pshat? So the Gemara explains. Oh yeah, Omar, the Shmuel is shchiach. And Zohar tells them the case of Shmuel is not shchiach. It's not shchiach. And therefore we say we could be Mekel. And the Kohen Gadol could be Mekayem this girl, even though she was a Meuberes before. She's not pregnant. So it must be that she's a Beula. No. Shema Bam Bati Ibro. Maybe she was Misaber in the bath. As Rashi says, Bam Bati, Kol Sheroi Chatzi Boi Kol Agu, Veshloimar Sheitiach Shom Odom Shich Vasera, So a person bathed himself in that bath, in that kli, in that tub, and before she went in, and he took out the shifazera, and the shifazera went into her when she was bathing, and Mimela she became a ma'uberet, but she's still a besula. So if she's still a besula, she's muteres lekohen gadol. Says the Gemara, ve'omar Shmuel kol shifazera she'ino yoyre kechetz eno masras. So we saw when the shifazera came out into the ambatye was not yoyre kechetz. So how could it be mazriya? So how could we tell that she was disabed by ambatyo and we are matir of her kohen gadol? And for the Gemara, no, maybe it could be also when it went out of him in the ambatya was yoyre kechetz, and that's why she will be muter. So we see from over in the Gemara that the Yeriyah Kechetz is not when it goes into the Gufo Isha, ela when Biyitzia Min Adam, as Rashi says, Meikoret Sheyotza Min Adam, yeah? Sheyotza Min Adam, then it's the toilet. Because if not, for sure that it didn't go into her Yeriyah Kechetz. And also Meikoret, as Rashi says, yeah, Yitzia Min Adam. Aber there is a Toises. Toises and needed that when Gimel or Medalef, Toises says that Eino Ra'ui Li Saber, She'eino Yorei Kechetz, Ve'eino Yinichnas Et Gufo Elo Shoises Ve'yoytze Lachutz. That means that in the Knesset Laguf, that is the thing. So obviously Shver over the Gemara Lefi Yena Toises. Fi Yena Toises, obviously Shver, because we know that Toises obviously anders, so the Reish was the Teretz. Okay. Sorry? Okay. So, yeah. Says the Gemara weiter. We learned, yeah, there's no Rashi. We learned already the Rashi. Tono Rabbono. Maise Rabbi Yeshua ben Chananya, שיועמד על גב מעלו בהר הבייס, וראו בן זוימו, ולא יעמד. That means, Ben Zoimo didn't stand milefonov of Rabbi Yeshua ben Chananya. So Rabbi Yeshua ben Chananya understood that Ben Zoimo, if he didn't stand up for me, probably tracht in learning. He's busy, right? He's vertracht in his learning. He's told with his learning. That's why he didn't think. Omar Lois, Rabbi Yeshua ben Chananya tells Ben Zoimo, me'ainu le'ain Ben Zoimo. Where you're coming from and where you're going to. That means you're told, right? As Rashi says, me'ainu le'ain, me'ain tovoi. That means if you didn't stand up for me, that means you didn't notice. If you didn't notice, that means you are patracht, you are busy thinking about something. Oh my Lord, you know where? So you feel easy be maimel yoinim, le maima tachtoini vein benzel ze elo sholosh boys bilvad. I was looking at Masechet Bereshis, and I was looking at, that means I was misboinen and the Masechet Bereshis, and I was looking in between the Mayim Elyonim and Mayim Tachtonim. What is the chibur between the Kippa Sarokia to the land, to the Oretz? And the chibur is only there's only 3 etzbos. Now, in the pshat of this Indian of Mayim Elyonim and Mayim Tachtonim, and the chibur between Oretz Sarokia, so there's a big Marshove, a very famous Marshov, and there's a Medrash. Ananko beinen lemebad, right? As we know, the Mayim Elyonim, Mayim Tachtonim is big soides, as we learned also in the Gemara and Sukkah. That's why the Nisuch HaMayim, right? Nisuch HaMayim, or the Male, because the Mayim Tachtonim requiring. They say both of us were created at the same time. Why they are near the Rebbeinu Shalom, the Mayim Elyonim, and the Mayim Tachtonim say we also want to be near the Rebbeinu Shalom. Why we are far? And the Mayim Elyonim, Mayim Tachtonim, or the Mayim, which state the Medrash, it's a Medrash in Bereshis Rabbah, the Tanoim. The Medrash says, Anan alolu boichin, Anan beinen leme'ebad, right? They say we want to be near the Rebbeinu Shalom. And in the Sforim, as we know, the Maharsha, and many Sforim say that this represents a matzav of a person. A person has a matzav of Mayim Elyonim and a matzav of Mayim Tachtonim. And a matzah of Mayim Elyonim, what he says, Anon beine, that means there's people, but they're on a matzah of Mayim Elyonim. It's very easy for them to do avodas Hashem. And there's people that for them it's very difficult to do avodas Hashem. And these people are crying. Anon beine, and the Rebbeinu Shalom tells them, you have also have the Nisuch HaMayim. It represents all kinds of but we could learn from it a lot. Okay, but maybe after that. Says the Gemara weiter. There's many things we're going to leave after that today because we want to catch up. Says the Gemara weiter. Shnema, where do we see it? Veruach Elokim merachefes al pnei hamayim. That means it doesn't say menashefes al pnei hamayim. What it says, merachefes. What means merachefes? Keyoino shemerachefes al boneo over veino nagas. On top, like nagas, right? As I state in the Medrash Rabbe, and the Torah even says, how do I see from Ruach? As if like the Torah even fact. I don't understand. For the pasuk Veruach Elokim merachefes al pnei hamayim, where do I see the shiur of ein mayim lemayim? Where do I see the shalosh voice? Says the Torah even the shiur of shalosh voice has no mekor from the pasuk. What you being Veruach Elokim merachefes al pnei hamayim? It's just teaching us that they are not very far from each other, right? Just what a yoino, right? So he says, mistabra, the Torah even that the bird doesn't keep away from the kids more than the shiur of Shalosh its boys. But from the pasuk itself says the Torah, I don't see the raya. It's dafke Shalosh its boys. Omar lohen Rabbi Shol Talmidov. Adain ben zoyim b'chutz. That means you can't learn out from this pasuk. He's still outside. He didn't get in there. Michdi, why? Veruach Elokim merachefes al pnei hamayim. When was this pasuk? Veruach Elokim merachefes al pnei hamayim. Right? This was the first day of creation. Havdole, that means bein hamayim vayavdel Elokim in hamayim lamayim. When was that? B'yom sheni of the chsiv. It's stated in the Ma'aseh Bereshit of the second day of the Bria. Vayehi mavdil bein mayim le'amoyim. You see that Ben Zayim coming a raya from the first day to the second day. So the Gemara v'kama. You can't be a raya from the words of Ben Zayim. What's the shield that there is between the mayim elyonim to mayim tachtonim between the kia la'oret? So how much is it? Says the Gemara. Omar Rabbe bar Yaakov kemeloi nimo. What's a meloi nimo? A saro. How much is that? So hand. Very, very, very small difference. The Rabbanon Amre ki gude de gamle. That means gude de gamle is when they put over there is a bridge, a narrow bridge. So they put over there the planks of wood. So in between the planks of wood, they make sure that they shouldn't be over there a space because people could drop things and it's going to go into the river, right? They put over there a bridge over the river, and that is the shield that is between mayim and mayim. Again, a very, 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 very small space. Like two clothes are that you spread them one next to the other one. That it is, again, a very, very small revach in between. And like two cups are bent to each other, like you put two cups one into the other one. Okay. Zegt Rashi, ein meenem yoga chibur amok kish rekibas hashamayim rekia berkarka. Gude de gamle כשמסדרים לוחין של גשר, אצל זו אי אפשר שלא יתהיה רווח בין עיניים וכן כלים וכן כסה. Schufin, kfufin. Zog the Gemara. The Gemara goes back to the Inyan of Acher. The Inyan of Acher, what we said, Acher kitzitz ben atiyos, and as we said, Acher kitzitz ben atiyos, and when we said Acher kitzitz ben atiyos, what's the pshat in it? Zog the Gemara. Sorry. Yeah. Zog the Gemara. What was the story there? We said in the Braise, Acher kitzitz ben atiyos. Olov akosav oimer. On Acher, the pasuk says, Al titen espicho lachti v'sorecho. That means this is a pasuk in Koyeles. Al titen espicho lachti v'sorecho. What is that? Means that Acher, in his mouth, he done the sin. As the Gemara explained, what was the pshat in his mouth thing? Says the Gemara, Mahi. What was the Maisa with Acher that he went off? Chose Mitatroin de Isiavele Reshuse Chodeshaite Beyoime Lemeisa Luchtav Schus Beison. After you went up to the Rakia, he saw the Malach. The Malach, what the name of the Malach is Matat, as we know. He got to Reshus to sit down 1 hour a day to write the Schus of Klal Yisrael. And Acher Odgiat demots Ruach Kfire, and he said Azoi, Omar, Gemire, uns Obna Kabole, the Lemala Loya, that in the Shomayim, there's no these things. Lo yeshiva, there's no one sitting, chutz HaKadosh Baruch Hu, velo itachus, no competition, velo oiref, that means there's no such a thing oiref. All sides of the malachim, they have faces. Yes, a face from the front, face on the side, face in the back, there's no oiref. Velo ipui. What ipui? That means there's no tiredness, there's no ayefus. How could Matat sit down? Maybe there is 2 reshuyos, and Matat, right? It's not a malach, just what is a different adnus. Chaz v'sholem. Miyad afku lemitat. Umachum shitim pulsa. That means they hit them 60 times with a stick. Denure of the fire. 60 fire sticks of fire. They hit them with fire. Omule. They told Matat, "My time ki chazisa loikam nekamei." Why? What's the reason when you saw Acher didn't you get up? You are goyrem that you should have a mistake that there is 2 reshuyos. Yisiavis the reshus lemichak schus de Acher, and Matat was given the reshus to raise the schusim of Acher because he was mekatzes benetios. Yotza basket ve'amra shovu bonim shevavim chutz me'acher. Why? Sheyoda kevoidi, because he went into the paradise ve morad bi. That's why he should get punished. Let's see Rashi. Acher kitz benetios kilkel ve'ives. Shenichas Pardes, Mekatze Netios, the fish at Dimot, Chias Atvorin, and Nichas Pardes, not only the Kitas Benetios. Kitas Benetios was the Kitas Benetios, because as we said before, because we learned the lotion of Pardes, Pardes is Kitas Benetios. Netios is, what you have in a Pardes, you have Netios, is Kitas. Lo Yamide, Lo Garsine, Lo Oireb, the Chol Tzodei, Yesh Meponim, Ipui Ayefus. Pulse Makas Makel, and Pugle, okay, that's what you think. Toysa says, that to loidia, if you look at the machu shitim pulsa, Dr. says loidia loy she'ein yecholes lematat yoisomach eirim v'oraya that he got hit. If he's a adnus, if he's a reshus b'fnei atzmo, how could he get hit? And that's the reason to be moidia. The Dr. says the Maharsha says explains why we needed this more than the reason that we have in the Gemara. Rabbeinu Hanana says it's chas v'sholah that has a din on matat. Is to show Elisha ben Avuyo that there is an other that's also above Matat, and that's the reason of that they hit the Pulsa the Nur of a thing. Oh. So you say Acher should have done tshuva. So because again in Acher, what we're saying over here, so Mat Hashem we're going to see it. There's a few malachim to understand what's kitas benetios and what's so. I would say kitas benetios. What means kitas benetios? So the Maharsha says kitas benetios. These special thing. What we say that reshuyos, 2 reshuyos. He said there is 2 reshuyos, and that's why it was oived Elohim acherim, and that's why it's called Acher. So the Maharsha says b'shem Sefer Yoshon, he says v'yoidea soid Elohim acherim yoidea ze al buryoy. Which I don't know what it means. I can tell you what the Maharsha says. The Kuzari in the Ma'amar Gimel says that what means he was kitzet benetios. It was mezalzel b'maiseh mitzvahs. It was mezalzel thing, and he told himself beliboy. The maiseh mitzvahs is only a mitzvah. And they bring us to the biggest madrege, and I got to it in the madrege. Ich darf nicht machen kein mitzvahs. It's a very strong point, yeah. Okay, That's a big, the Mephoshim speak about it. If you look at there's a very nice Rav Dessler, Michtav Eliyahu, where he brings down that only by a person, if he wants to have Ruchnias, the growth in Ruchnias, comes, he says of days, comes only al yedei Maise Alev ve'aseichel yachad. Why? Because the Maisim and the Lev are strengthening each other. Yeah. But when you're separating the two, the Lev and the Seichel, that means you're taking the Seichel as a Chochmah, and you're separating the Maise, and that's what's called Kitzitz Benetios, because you're stopping the growth. What's Netios? Netios is things that are growing. So he disconnected the Lev and the Seichel, he says. And yeah. And that's what he says. Thing. Okay, so Ayin Shom, and Chelik Dalet, the Michtav Melio. Okay. Says the Gemara Vital. So again, this is there's many malchim on this what we say over here, but the Matashem we're gonna see about this. Okay. So the Gemara Vital. So I was in the middle of telling you. Sorry. That we find the Gemara in Shabbos. The Gemara in Shabbos that Peites Samad Aleph. The Gemara says that when Malach HaShoros wanted to accept the Torah, what Moshe Rabbeinu told them? Ki no yesh bechem, tachus yesh benechem, yitzor yesh bechem. So what do we see in the Malachim? They don't know what means yitzor. The Gemara looks like the inshayach by them this inyanim, because we see that Matat got 60 pulsa denore, because he didn't behave right. Right? So there is Bchira, there is no Bchira. Right? We have also the same thing in Yuma. The Gemara says, Omar Abichonoham, right? And Daf Ayin Zayin Amud Aleph, Oisho Sho, Oitziu LeGavriel Me'achor HaPargoi, the Mechuru Shitim Pulsa Denore. Right? That means they punished the Malach Gabriel. They gave him 60 klep. So it is the other Bchira, the Shaykh of them, the concept of Toivera. Oh, so this is exactly what Toisa says. No, there is not. But for us, that means for Acher, look like what they think. For the shouldn't have the suffering. Zog the Gemara. So Yotzo Baskev Amro Shuvu Bonim Shevavim Chutz Me'acher Sheyodabi Umoradbi, and the Rabbeinu Hanan says Chutz Me'elisha Acher. Why? Because he knew that what Goli veYodua Lefono she'einu Choyze v'Tshuva Shteimo Loilo. And if he would go back, he would not be nitrad. Why? Because ein hapargoi ninal bifnei baalei tshuva. As he zogt the Rabbeinu Hanan, but that's what the call what he heard ma'achri hapargoi, that chutz shuv bonim shevavim chutz me'acher, and there's Bavuz the Reshis Chochma who has a big arichas about this, that shuv bonim shevavim chutz me'acher. Okay. Says the Gemara weiter. Zog the Gemara. When Toisves over here being a very interesting medrash. Maybe it's Kidai just see as the story. I mean, just say Balpe, you know what? Toisves over here, you can see the Toisves, they were actually Shuvu Bonim Shevavi. Toisves means a story that wasn't the Bris Mile of Acher. That they're all sitting over there. Why Acher Yoyit to the Tarbus Ro? So there's many things. There's the Yerushalmi, there's this, right? He brings the Yerushalmi, Mefarash Shlomo Ira Lo Yikach. And he brings over here a story. What was the story? Look there, you can see it inside. Says the Gemara, Elisha ben Avuyo, yeah? So Ave Amai is Avuyo Avi Ave Migdol Yerushalayim. וביום שבו למהולה קורא לכל גדול לירושלים וישיבם בבית אחד לרב לזר ולרב ישוע במקום אחר. מן דאוכלים ושוסים, שורין מטפחין ומרקדין, אמרי עד אילן עסקים בדידו, נעשו בדידן. יושבו ונסעסקו בדברי תורה. יורדו איש מן השמיים והקיף אויסון. אומר לו נבויו, אבא גברין, מה באתם לשרוף בייסי? Would you came to burn my house? אמר חס ושלום ולא ישבין היינו וחוזרים דברי תורה מתורה לנביאים ונביאים לכסובים והיו הדברים שמחים כנעשו מסיני. לא יבואש ניתנו, אמר אויל וכן, וכך כוחו של תורה, אם מסכים הבן הזה לתורה אני מפרישו. ולפי שלא יויסו כוונוסו לשמיים, לפי כך לא נסכימו בוי, and that's why he went out the Tarbus law. אז they bring Toises. And what's the pshat? What's the pshat? A father's machshove could be affecting the child. What's the pshat? Huh? Oh, so this is Bemes. Avuyo didn't do anything to this child. Just what? If his kavanah was shaloi l'shem shomayim, it can't be that what his machshov is going to affect this child. What's the pshat over here? But the kavanah of Avuyo was that it was not a good machshove. That this we see over here that is many mefoshim being a raya from over here. That what the Medrash says. The Medrash says that when you're talking about Torah or the chashivas of giving over Torah, is the chashiv that from the beginning it has to be with the reinkite, right? As we find in the Gemara Metzia, Pehei over there, right? The Maharsha over there is Barichas, that Rabchia, he himself went to hunt the antelopes, and he done for them the klaf, and he wrote this for him to teach the children Torah, because it comes to teach children Torah, that it has to be without any sig, right? Any other sigim, it has to be with a machshove Torah in Gans. And that actually, when it started over the chinuch, the whole chinuch of Acher was grown up, shaloi l'shem shomayim, and that's why this what happened. Okay, says the Gemara. Weiter. Let's see the Gemara. Omar, oil ve'itri da'u gavre, says Acher about himself. Anyway, came out the Baskoil that I don't have a chance. Oil ve'idamaru alme, that means I was nitrat from the oil mabo. Leipuk lisane ba'yalme, no, lechol apochos, let's have a noe, boilam hazeh. Nofak Acher letarbus ro, ashkach zoino, tovo. You wanted to be misane with her. Oh, molei, so this zoino tells Acher. ולמה אלישע בן אביו עד 60 חיות בכל הארץ? He says, Oka pugle mimishre. He took out of there a radish, or it actually says pugle is a tznoin, yeah? Pugle tznoin mimishre aruga from the row, to show her that well, this was Shabbos, yeah? And Shabbos, Ve'yoavlo, and he gave it to her to show her that this is not Elisha ben Avuyo. I'm not going to be over Yisrael Melach Shabbos. Almost, so this Zoina says, Acheru. It must be that these are Acher, these Yotzat Tarbus Ra. שואל אחר אצלם מאיר, לאחר שיוצא תרבוס רו, מהי דכסיב גם איזה לאום הזה עושה אלוקים? אומר לו, מאיר tells אחר, כל מה שבור הקדוש ברוך הוא בו אילום, בור כנגדו, that means something זה לאום הזה. בור ההורים, בור הגבויס, בור הימים, בור הנהוריס. אומר לו, רב עקיבא רבחו לא יאמר כך. רב עקיבא your Rebbe didn't explain so, just what אלו, he explained differently. בור הצדיקים, בור הרשעים, Boro Gan Eden, that means Keneged the Tzadikim, he done something absolutely against it. That means it's a Gan Eden. Keneged the Reshoim, he created a Gehinim. Echod yesh lo shnei chalokim, echod began Eden ve'echod begehinim. Zochot tzadik notel chelkei v'chelik chaveiroi began Eden. Nischayev Roshe notel chelkei v'chelik chaveiroi begehinim. Why? Because the Roshe doesn't makum Gehinim. Right? It doesn't bakum Gan Eden. Who takes the Gan Eden of the Rosh? The Tzaddik. Oh, but the Rosh doesn't bakum Gan Eden. So who takes his chelik in Gan Eden? The Tzaddik. Oh, where this idea of Rabbi Akiva, where do we see this in the Psukim? Log the Gemara. Omar Rav Shammai Kro Gabi Tzaddikim Ksiv Lochei Ba'al Tom Mishnei Yirshu. That means what means Yirshu? Right? It says of then the pasuk Ve'atem Koyane Hashem Tiko B'Shosei Lekenu. That means Simchas Oilam was Oilam and Oilam Abo. Mishnah means a double, like the Lechem Mishnah, a double portion. That's the Mishnah. That means they get a double portion when Oilam Abo. That's a double portion of thing. Says the Gemara right.
He's sort of defending himself, is Acher. He's sort of saying, look, it's not. I can't do anything about it. Because Baruch created Tzaddik, because Baruch created Rishonim, and I'm one of the latter.
Yes, that's right. Yep. Shoal Acher's Rabbi, says the Gemara. Gabi Tzaddik Ksiv Lochem Be'atzah Mishnei Yirshu, Gabi Rishonim Ksiv, Mishnei Shivro Yishivrom. That means Yevo Yishu Ro Yitfayar Yevo Yishu Ani. Yichasu Heimo Ve'alecho Yisani Heivi Aleim Yeimo. That means please, that's the pasuk daily. Please bring them then a bad day, right? Shivrom, right? Shovreim, sorry, Shovreim, that means in Oilam Habo, that means in the Gainim. Shovreim in the Oilam Habo in Gainim. Says the Gemara, yeah, pasuk in Yeshaya, in Yirmiyah, yeah. Okay. Shoal Achis Rameir leachar sheyotze l'tar busro. Mai dichsiv, what's the pshat in the pasuk? Steht aber in dem pasuk, ve'achochmo me'ayin timotzei, ve'eize mokoy mino, lo yarcheno zov u'schuchis u'tmuroso klipos. That means the tmuroso non a klipos. Yeah, that's a Rashi and Eoy explains the pasuk. The tmuroso is not in the klipos. Why? Because Bishlam, if you say that Dimin of Torah is to zov a klipos, so you could tell me what? You know what's the chashivas? What's schuchis? Ve'ech chashivas otos. Yeah, that's what the Maharsha explains. Ve'ech chashivas otos schuchis. What's the pshat in it? Omar lo Yisrael Meir Tazacher. Eilu divrei Torah. Shekoshi liknoison kechlei zahav u'klei pos expensive. Or v'noichi le'abdon. By forgetting it, kechlei schuchis, that they very quickly they could break. So Amir answers that the pasuk is not talking about the chashivas like you were thinking. The zahav pos is talking about the Torah, that it's difficult to be koine Torah, and the schuchis that it's easy to forget it. Omar lo Yisrael Achar Torah Meir. Rabbi Akiva Rabcho lo yomar kach. Rabbi Akiva, your Rebbe didn't explain so. He explained it differently. What he explained it is on Tazoy. Uma kli zav ukli schuchis. Alolu. Af al pi shenishtabru yesh lo im takone. Af talmid chochem. Af al pi shesorach yesh lo takone. That means Achar Torah he means himself. Omar lo, he says, he explains so nice. So, no. So you have a chance. So why don't you do tshuva? Now the Parshas Drochim, Mishnah Melech has in the Sefer Parshas Drochim, explains. We know that klei matches, if they break, and he done for them nochamol kelim, right? Chozav also mehem kelim mishivreim. So there is what we call tumo yeshana. Chozun the tumo yeshana. They backed the tumo yeshana. Means he had a kli. It became tomei. Tumas mes, whatever it is, any tumor, and he broke it. That means the tumor is gone. But if you, for the same matches, from the same metal, you created nochamol kli, it's back to tumas yeshana. Chutz and klei schuchis. What? Once they break, even though you redid it. Says that's the pshat over here. Like klei schuchis, even though they broke, they have a takona, and they don't go back to tumas yeshana. The same thing with Talmid Chochem shesorach. And he went back with tshuva, all his sins are gone. That's the remez, what Rabbi Akiva was, what the Rameir was meramez also to Acher, that, no, come back, come zurück. Sorry? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but that's the idea what he says, okay. Sagt Omar loy Achar Torah Meir, אבל כבר שמעתי מאחורי הפרגו ישובו בונים שויבובים חוץ מאחר. And the Maharsha says, לא יהיו לו להשגיח בבסקו, שאין לך דבר הרואים לפני התשובה. Okay. Says the Gemara weiter, Tonu Rabbanon, Meise be'acher, shoyoroichev al asus b'Shabbos, voyu Ramir me'al achar oblim, moiter mipiv. So Acher was riding on a horse on Shabbos, and Rameir was walking behind him to learn Torah. Even she got it Chum Shabbos, that's the Gilus of the Bach. Omaroi, so Acher tells Rameir, Meir, Chazor la'achorecha, shekvar shi'arti be'ikvi susi, ad kat Chum Shabbos, I made a cheshbon with when I was riding on the horse, that it's alpay mamo. Then says the Gemara. Kevin, so he tells him, Omar loy, no, so you come back. Omar loy, ולא כבר אמרתי לך, כבר שמעתי מאחורי הפרגו, ישובו בונים שיבואו חוץ מאחר. תקפה ואלה לביס המדרש. Rameir forced Acher, grabbed them into Beis Medrash. Maybe it's going to help, right? As the Gemara says, Tokfa Lovitzoi, Poga Bechomenubel there. Exactly. Omar lei. So Acher tells Lianuke. Tell me, what is the pasuk you learned today? Omar loi, ein shalom Omar Hashem l'rashoy. That means it's not going to help you, your tshuva. Your tshuva is not going to help you. And Exactly. Eile lebreik nicht achisses. A Rabbeinu takes him to a different Besmedrash. Omar le Yenuka, he tells the Yenuka, Psoilik Psukach. What do you learn today? Now, this is a Me'en Nevuah, right? This is when we see many times Psoilik Psukach. Omar Loi, so the Yenuka tells he tells Acher, כי אם תחפשי בנסר ותרבי לך בויריס, נכתם אבוינך לפוני. Means also, if you're gonna wash your kelim and nesser. Nesser is a type of soil what they used to do washing once. It's like a type of a soap. It's tarbi of boiris. Boiris is a type of a grass but also they used to clean with them. Nichtam avodah lefonai is still the sin is in front of you like a ketem. It's a nichtam. It's a ketem. Still, it's not going to help. You still have a there spot. Says the Gemara, it's not going to help him the tshuva. No. Eile blikish. The achita, so they go to the different mismedrash. Omar leili leyanuke. He tells the child over there, daf, to swallow a base. So he cleans sukkah. Look, tell me, what is the prophet you learned today? Omar loy, the yanuka tells him, ve'at shodud matasi ki limeshi shoni ki saadi adizov ki sikri bapuch aynaich lashov tisyapi. Why ki moasu bach oigvi mevakshi nafshoch. That means that's right. Let's explain the pasuk lefi what steht over there in the Radak in the Metzudas in Yirmiyah. Steht that's right. Ve'at shodud. When you're gonna come the shoyd and shever, shodud means shoyd and shever. Mata'asiki. What is gonna help you if you're gonna put on the shoni? You're gonna put beautify yourself with all kinds of gold and put on your eyes. Because also Adi and Yoifi, yeah, everything what you have in it, and also the Marshal says the Yoifi, what is the Yoifi that's in it? The Yoifi Atoira in it, it's not going to help. Why? Because Mo'asuboch, that means the ones that the Averas what you've done is the most, and it's not going to help you the Tshuva. So I'm going to weiter, Eilele bei Knishtach, Rite, ad Eilele Tleisam Neikisht. So they came into 13 bottom midrashes. There's a meaning why it's Dafka 13, as we can see about. Kulu postuloi ki I gamne levi shuse. Every place what he went in, they answered them. This tzukim was for lebishuse to be mevayeshem lerosoi is bad. Lebasro, the last besmedrash Omarlei. So he tells the Yenuka psoiklik psukach. Omarlei ulerosha Omarlei ki malechol esaper chukoi. The Moshe tells the Rosha, I don't want you to learn my Torah. I don't want you to learn my Torah. And says the Gemara, now this is a very, very, very difficult puzzle. What's the Rosh? What's the Rosh? The Gemara Yevamos, you can see that the Rosh is a Avarion. What's the Rosh? A Rosh is, the Gemara says, if someone is over on a divrei chachomim, he's a Rosh. So Reb Tzadok HaKohen Lublin says, that we always show him who could say about him that he was never over Afilo the Rabbanon. So how could we sit and learn and do all of these things? The Moshe doesn't want to listen to our learning. What's up, shot? He says what we say that the chutz is chutz beklap ishmaya. Exactly. Because the Rosh Omar Elokim malachol esaper chukoi, and we do a chutz beklap ishmaya. And that's be'ikvus of the Mashiach chutz beyazga. There is the chutzpah, and the chutzpah is, yes, we do want to learn. We dafka learning. Exactly. Our Yenuke, this Yenuke who said, Rosh Omar Elokim, Malachol Esaper Chukoi, Ave Megam Gebelishne. Like Mekaven. It didn't speak clear. It didn't speak clear. Shtama Kemod Omarle, it sounded like he said, Rosh Elisha. Elisha Omar Elokim, Malachol Esaper Chukoi. He got very angry, Elisha. Elisha ben Avoyo Achel. And there's a machloikis in the Gemara, the Shittas, what he done exactly. So Ikedamre, what was his reaction? Ikedamre Sakin Avibiyodei, he had a knife in his hand, Dachel, Vekar A, Veshadr Letleisa Bekishte. He tore up, he sliced up this Yenuka into 13 parts, and he sent every Besmedrash one part. The 13 he was there. He didn't slice up this child, just what? He goes so angry, he said, if I would have a knife in my hand, I would slice him up. This thing. This is the massive. Okay. Says the Gemara weiter. And this, when we say, okay, let's continue. Then noch a Stückel Gemara, then we're going to go back. Says the Gemara. Ki nach Nashei Acher. When Acher died, Amre. Then the Rakia, they said as I made on Ledeine, Veloy Lealme Dosteris. I mean, let's not be Danim and Gainem, and also you can't come Loy Lamabo. What's the reason? Loy made on Ledeine, should also go right. They might say, learn Torah, we can't send them to Gainem. Aber Loy Lealme Dosteris, he should he can't go to Ilamabe because they might say he done sins. Omar Amir Mutav de Ledeine, Veles Lealme Dosteris, better they should be Danim and he should come to Gainem eventually. So Rameir said about himself, Mosai Omus ve'ele Osho Mikivoy. That means of Acher. That means HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to be Dan Acher and the Eish, this Eish, Male Oshon, but he should have a kapora on his sins, and then he's going to be Zoichat Olam Haba. Ki nach nafshei de Rameir. That means because Rameir, he came the time for him to leave the world. Soli Kutra Mikivre de Acher. Started to come out smoke from the cave of Acher. That means that was a sign that they put him into Gehinnom. That means the Maharsha explains that why it happened, because to show Rameir wanted to show everyone that Tzadi Goizel v'Hakadosh Baruch Hu Mekayim. That's why everyone could see it. Says the Gemara, Omar Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan says that the mice of Rameir, Gvurta lemikle Rabbi Benurta. It's a great guy to burn for Tami to burn his Rebbe in Gehinnom. What's it? The Maharsha says, even though that Rameir done it letuivosoi of Acher, he should be Zoichat Olam Haba, it looks like, people look like what? That the Talmud is burning his Rebbe, right? So it's not a toiva for his Rebbe. Says the Gemara, Chad Ave Binene Veloy Matzine Latzluya. That means one was, he said, that's what he says. Chad Ave Binene Veloy Matzine Latzluya. That means one that went off, yeah? Minane means he was sorach. He was sorach. As Rashi says, Talmidecho doyo beinenu v'nichshal v'yotzet tar b'sro v'ein koyach v'kulanu le'avyo Eloi l'mavo. All of us, we don't have the courage to save him. Ina kitne beyad man meram elei man. That means who could, if I will grab him up and I will take him out from Gehinnom, who's going to take him out from my hands? Omar. So Rabbi Yochanan said, Mosai Omus ve'chabe osho mikivoy. That means I would be goyim that they should take him out from Gehinnom. That means take him in his hand and take him out of Gehinnom to Gan Eden. Actually, when Rabbi Yochanan died, that's what happened. Stopped smoke coming out of the cave of Acher. That means the mass speed of Rabbi Yochanan said in this Esped. That means even the Shomer HaPesach of Gehinnom. When you come to save Acher from the Gehinnom, he couldn't hold you back, and you slept out with the thing. Says the Gemara, Ma'isa with the daughter of Acher. Bitoi shel Acher aste lekamei de Rabbi. She came in front of Rabbi. Omar lo Rabbi parnaseini, feed me. Omar lo basmi, atu your daughter. Omar lo bitoi shel Acher ani. Omar lo adayin yesh mizar boilom. There's an existence them in the world. Voksiv. Lo yinin loy, velo yinechet be'amoy, ve'isori b'megurov, right? Gam oy reshorim idach. It's at the beginning of the pasuk. So we see over there that what? That Fakert, he doesn't have a pasuk in Iyov. That they shouldn't have existed. The reshorim don't have existent in the world. Says the Gemara, Omar loy, Rebbe is choyla toirosoi ve'al tizkor ma'aso. Remember the Torah what he done and not the Ma'asim. Miyad yordo eish. That means because the Torah is called Eish Dos Lamoy, right? So the Maharsha said, and that's why she said and it burned the bench where Rebbe was sitting on. That means someone who learned, even though he learned, and then he didn't keep it. The Torah is going to be saving the person. Says the Gemara, how could Rameir learn Torah from Acher? Acher was the Yoytze L'Tar B'Sro. Ve'omar Rabbi Chana, Omar Rabbi Yochanan. Mai dichsiv steht in Posik. Ki siv say, Koyen ishmeru das. Ve'Torah yevakshu mipiyu. Ki malach Hashem tzavok oisu. What we learn out from this Posik? We learn out from the Posik. Im doy me'arav lemalach Hashem tzavakois, so then yevakshu Torah mipiyu. Ve'im lav al yevakshu Torah mipiyu. Don't learn Torah from him. How could Reb Meir learn Torah from Acher? Omar Reish Lakish, Reb Meir kro Ashrach v'Dorash. It means Reish Lakish says Reb Meir found the pasuk in the Darshan. He found the pasuk in the Darshan that he's allowed to learn also from Rishonim. Steht in pasuk. Hat oznecho ushmadi v'chachomim v'libcho toshis ledati. Ledatom lo yinema. Doesn't say ledatom of the chachomim. Because you're talking about the Rishonim. Elo ledati of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. What do you learn from there? That even from Rishonim you could learn. Obel, if you know to actually not listen to the Deus Rois, what they have, only ledati. We learn a heter to learn from Rishonim from where? Stay shimi bas rei. Ve'ati oznech v'shichi amich u'beis avich. That means ati oznech to listen to the Torah, but not to the maisim. That means the maisim shirichi amich u'beis avich. The maisim, forget, don't learn from the maisim. So from one pasuk we learn that you shouldn't learn Torah from a Roshe, and from the other pasuk we learn that there's no problem to learn Torah from a Roshe, and for the Moloi Kashe. Oh, what we are matir, the pasuk was matir to learn Torah from a Roshe is talking about Begodol. Tell me that he's Adam Godel, and he knows very, very careful only what yes to learn, what not to learn. But what the state of the pasuk may be, Shifsei Kohen Ishmer Udas, and it's much only the Melamed that Malach Hashem Tzavok is then you can learn from him. That's talking about Bekotten. That means the Talmud is a cotton. I mean, the Talmud is a cotton, so he doesn't exactly know what yes and what no to think. As the Rambam says, and Inchois Talmud Torah, Perek Dalet Aloch Aleph, the Rambam Parsons, Harav she'einoi oilech bederech toiva, af al pi shechocham godoilu, v'chol on tzrichim loi, ein mislamdin mimenu ad shuvei lemutar. And the Rambam passing it Alocha Shenema Kisif Sei Koyen Ishmeru Das Pasuk Malachi. Yeah, we say back to Piu. Imarav Doimele Malach. So back to Piu. The Rambam passing it Alocha, not God, not cotton. The Rambam passing. Break the Lechem Mishneh. Why the Rambam didn't bring the Chiluk? What we learn in our Suga in God and cotton. Says the Lechem Mishneh because the Rambam saw the memory of Rabbi Yochanan. It's brought down in a few places, and nowhere we find the chiluk in God and cotton. So he was not mechalik. And the Rambam alt, that we didn't say the chiluk in the Gemara only to fa'en for Rameir that he done so. But be'emes is nicht so. And the raya is from the lotion of the terrace of Reish Lakish. Rameir kroash kach v'dorosh. That means davke Rameir kroash v'dorosh. And if we would say that it's everyone's masking, we wouldn't say Rameir kroash v'dorosh. We would say, yeah, because this is mutar for everyone. So it's mashma, so he learned the thing. And the Meiri says over here, Osur lilmoid Torah elo mipi hogun shenema v'Torah back to mipiu. V'chein osur lilmoid mikol mi shekoifer be'emuno ve'im lo yimotzo acher yilmad v'yizor sholita Yaakov elo rimoid motzo. Right? Ochal. The Apostle the Gemara says now about acher, but we pass the halacha as a Meiri. The Rambam says that not to behave like Rameir because Rameir was Adam God. Let's see the Gemara. Kiosar Avdimi, when Avdimi came from Eretz Yisrael to Movel Omar, Amor Marov, and Eretz Yisrael, he said, Rameir will Torah from Acher, how could he do it? Ashkach Tamre, he found over there dates, Ochal Tachle V'Shod Shichle Lebore. He found dates, he ate Tafke, the flesh around it, the pri, over the pip inside. This he left. The dirt. דורש רוב ומאי דכסיב, אל גינס אגויס יורדתי לרויס באיבי הנחל, הפוזים שיר השירים, למען נמשלו תמיד חכומי לאגויס, לא יאמר לו, מה אגויס זה? אבל פי שמלוכלך בציט וצויה. From outside, the peel. אין מה שבתו יכולים נמאס, אף תמיד חוכם, אף על פי שסורח, אין תירוס ונמאסס, and that stays clean. אשכח לי רבי ברשילה לאליהו. רבי ברשילה found אליהו הנובי, אומר לי, so he tells them, מה יקום את הקדוש ברוך הוא? What the הקדוש ברוך הוא does? Omar Lei, Omar Shmaitzim, the Kulu Rabbanon. He says, Memres from Shmaitzes from all the names of all the Rabbanon. Omar people the Rameir Loik Omar. He's not saying Divrei Torah in the name of Rameir. Omar Lei, the Rabbi tells Eliyahu Amai. Why? He tells him Eliyahu tells Rabbi, maybe Shum the Omar Shmaitzim from Dach because he learned from Acher. Right? And Acher after he was into the Tavos. Omar Lei, Ve'amai. Why does Baruch doesn't say Bishmoy things? He only took the good things. Omar Lei said, "Yo, told Rabbi, Baruch heard your taina and Ashton. Now this second, Omar Meir bni kachu oima." What the Rameir says, Bizman she'odom mitztayer. When a person gets all kinds of tzores, Shechina malosh noimeres. What the Shechina says at that time? Kolani meroishi kolani mizoi. Like a person that is tired, and he says, "Oh, my head is heavy on me. My arms are heavy on me." Right, as Rashi Sanhedrin says. That means kolani mizoi. I'm heavy. That means we darshan it on the. That means that Hakadosh Baruch Hu is mitztayer with them. Kach Hakadosh Baruch Hu mitztayer al tom shel rashoyin shenishpach. Kal v'chomer al tom shel tzadikim shenishpach. Okay. We're going to stop over here by Ashkechei Shmuel LeRav Yehuda the Toli Be'ibra the Dashe. And Hashem, tomorrow we will see the Hemshech. Let's go back a little bit. There's many things that we could speak about over here. Well, we're going to try just a few. Yeah. First, let's go to the questions.
Sorry, could I just ask very quickly? Don't we learn around Shas that whenever you have a Bryce or somewhere where it says Acher, don't we say that is Rabbi Meir normally, or have I got it wrong?
Cheirim.
Oh, Cheirim in plural. So why is it in plural if it's one person?
Cheirim and Yesh Oimrim.
Yeah, but why is it plural if it's one person?
Because if you say Acher, you mean Acher.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
They couldn't paskin up Elisha ben Acher into Gehinnom because of the Torah that he had learned.
Yes.
So we're saying even though he went off the tracks thereafter, that he still got a big credit for all the Torah that he had learned previously.
Yes. All the Torah they learned before, and that's why no Olam Hazeh, no Olam Haba. It got worse Lemaisa for him. It's better for him to go to Olam Haba. Yeah, it was worse. Lemaisa was worse for him.
He was nishtahin and nishtaher.
Yeah. Okay. There is a few malchi what we said over here. We learned at the beginning of the shir. So we learned about the din of two very interesting din. First din what we learned what that's been zoimo about maule thiruse kalbe. So we learned the din of psula sheibro mau lekoyen godel. There is a maule thiruse kalbe. There is a very interesting minchas chinuch. Minchas chinuch has a shaila, has a suffix. The gabe dogim, the gabe fish. Is fish also bichlal the isel? Because in the Torah, being the Torah Skronim, in the Torah Skronim there's a ribui, the aser also the sirus of a person. So you need a ribui, says the minchas chinuch. We see from over here that you need a ribui for every min and min. So the Choyer, he said you can bring a raya from a Gemara in Borbas. Gemara Borbas is dafa in Dalet Amud Beis. So then the Gabe, the famous Agaditis, said over there the Gabe de Leviosin. So he was Mesaris the Zochel. So he says that's another raya. So you see, it could be Mesaris a fish. He says that's not a raya because it's Mevur over there that also Amos, right? The Hari Elef, right? It was Mesaris the Zochel. So it must be, it was not Mamish Sirus. It was only Al Derech, what the Gemara says over there in Shabbos, the Afkuf Yudom at the base, he says that you're allowed to take the carboilus of the Tarnagoil and is Mistaras Me'ilo. Aber in the Pisri Tshuva, he brings B'Shem the Shilas Yaretz, it's also dogim you're not allowed to be Mistaras. But there is interesting, I saw, we're Erev Purim, right? Between Purim Kodem to Purim Godel, we learn in Zochel, the Pasha Shkolim, and then we're going to have Pasha Zochel. Pasha Zochel, we learn the Aftoir over there, Shasef Shmuel Esagog. Right? Kasher Shiklo Noshim, Bechokein. That means that Shmuel did not kill Agog, and Shmuel kills Agog. Chazal tell us that what means by Shasef Shmuel Esagog? Sirsoy. How can you say Sirsoy? So I give him Mesaresim. As I flag in the Meforshim, I saw once. So some say because he's anyway was about to kill him, so maybe then you're going to be allowed. There's many dinim in this, what we say. And okay. There's the second thing what we learned, Besula Sheibro Mau LeKohen Gadol. So we said over there that there's a din of Ki Im, right? What's it over there in the Pasuk? Ki Im Besula Ve'u Isha B'Besula Yikoch. She's mutar to Kohen Gadol, right? So there's a big discussion that Choinim about what's going to be the din. It's a Mishtala Melech, right? Well, Be'ula is also to Kohen Gadol. What if she was Nival, but the Besulim is still there? It's called the Isha B'Besula or Yikoch, and she's mutar to Kohen Gadol or not. So he brings, the Mishnah brings from Meshidam Kubetzet and Ksuves, Daf Lamed, B'Shem the Rosh, that if she's over there, Erobo Echod, so it's called Be'ula. So we see that word, and he brings a raya from over here that Be'ulo is not in the Besula. It's a Be'ulo Shaloi Kedalko, that there is no Hashoras Besulim. So you see from over here that it's going to be also, as I break the one of the rayas, he brings from unser thing. And again, if it's shaykh, as we said, Be'ambatia, not Be'ambatia, that's the nafkamin. Okay. Let's see the malach we said over here about Achel. So is Rabbeinu just mentioned before, the Gemara says Lo Meidan Lidainei, right? Why? Because he learned Torah. That means a Rosh that learned a lot of Torah and he became a gadol of Torah can't go into Gainam because this what he got the Meforshim explain as this feeling what he got, the Torah what went into his heart, and even the Torah Shaloi Lishma, is not going to give him the Hargosh Tsar, yeah, when he's going to be in Gainam. Why? Because how could he feel the Torah what he got, yeah, give him in his heart the they say the Shaitan. So they give him the Hergish of the Yeshus even b'mokim eder. What that means? They explain that the Geinim is a mokim eder. It's a mokim eder, and why you get the mokim eder? Bad averas. But when a person learns Torah, it gives him an existing in the world. Like Chazal say, right? The Gemara says, the Gemara says, avera mechabe mitzvah, vein avera mechabe Torah. It means the avera is emptiness, but Torah fills it up. So Mele, if you send it to, it's not gonna, this Hargosha is not gonna have. But this matzav is even worse. Because as long as we have, this person is gonna have the tomb of the Averas, and he didn't have Charot, he didn't do tshuva, you can't recognize the Nakuda Pnimis, the Nakuda Amitis, whatever you call it, yeah, because Be'emes, there's still over there all the Averas, the Shaloi Lishma. Mele, you can't have Charot, you can't get back to his thing, and that was the matzav of Acher. And that's what we say, Lo Yimeidan Lidaina, it's not Shaykh Ba'em Geinim, but also loyle al medose leise. How could he come to Lamabe to live boira chaim in right with all the daveras what he still did? And that's why there's one thing that can help him. What's the one thing that can help him? And that's what Rameir says. Mosai almost ve'ele osho mekivoy. There's one thing that could help him. And what's to help him? To do tshuva, to have regret, and that's the way to open up to open them a path to get to the Olam Haba. And what's that? If he's going to see the mile of the tzaddikim, that in Olam Ha'emes, and befrat that tzaddik, what he has a shaykhs with, he learned with him and he grew with him, and he had the same nisyonos, and he was oimed with nisyonos, and then he's going to have a chance. And that's what Rameh wanted to learn schus on Acher, that he's going to go into Gainam. And he meant that also after the Misa, Dafkel after the Misa, yeah, he could see the difference between Acher is going to see the difference between him and Rab Meir, and he's going to have a tsar on that matzav that he sees that his Talmud is much greater than him. So then, when he's going to see that his Talmud is greater than him, then he's going to feel the eder. Then he's going to feel the emptiness. Why? Because he learned Torah for all kinds of different reasons. And he's going to see that, right? As we say over there in Oves, and that's why when he's going to see so he's going to have charote. Once he has charote, so then he could actually lift him up. As I state in Svarim, Tzadek HaKohen Lublinitz marich on this. Yeah. So that's the Kitzonimos. The Kitzonimos and Takonas HaShovin brings down, and also in different Sfarim. Yeah.
Shkoyach.
Well,